Hi again, YouTube. Next thing I'm going to show you is my Lenormand deck. This is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand by Ciro Marchetti. There have been a bunch of videos on this already. Comes with the little white book. The box is got a little magnetic closure on it, and the deck is absolutely gorgeous. I am also learning to read the Lenormand cards, so I will also use these in spell work. I can definitely see me using this as a tool in my spell work as well as for divination. And yeah, these glare pretty bad. They're very shiny, glossy card. If I hold them back here a little bit better, maybe. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Very rich, vibrant colors. The camera really doesn't do it justice. These are absolutely gorgeous. So just sort of flipping through these real fast. And that's the last one. So a way that I might use these for spell work might be, let me flip through these. And might be, as I said, we're looking at moving, so maybe I would set these up in my spell working with using the letter card to represent the deed to the house, the key, as we now have the keys to the house, it's ours, and of course the house card. But that might be how I would use those in a spell. The other thing I wanted to show you, I don't know if you would call this an oracle deck per se, but I've had these for quite a while. It is the Well-Worn Path, Raven Gramassi and Stephanie Taylor, art by Mickey Mueller. And so this is the box. So, and then inside, this is the guidebook. And it's pretty good sized. There are a total of 195 pages. Each card, they tell you the name of the card. There is a small paragraph or so on the meaning. on the teaching, what you're supposed to be learning from it. Then it gives you a thumbnail. It tells you about alignment for the card. And in the back, it gives you some solitary rights to use with the cards. So there's a box that you could put a sigil on. There's a spot on the sides, both sides, that you could write your magical name or perhaps dedicate it to a particular deity. So that came with it. And then you have the black organza bag that also comes with it, that you could use maybe embroidery or fabric paint. Come to that, you could probably even use like a Sharpie if you wanted to put a sigil on the bag itself. These are the cards. This is the backs. So we have the Wheel of the Year. We've got a wreath there with the different symbols for the Sabbats, and it is at the crossroads. The crossroads might represent the light half and the dark half of the year, possibly. You have the Maiden. The Mother. The Crone. The Book of Shadows. The Reed. The Law of Three. As above, so below. The Eightfold Path. Words of the Magus. Hearth. Hand fasting. Broom. The Key. The Moon. The Crescent-Crowned Goddess. The Sun. The Stag-Horned God. The Altar. Pentacle. Wand. Athame. Chalice. Harvest. Cakes and ale. No, sorry, cakes and wine. The Old Ones. The Green Man. Voice of the Wind. Familiar Spirit. Cauldron. This one is really pretty. Pentagram. Then you have Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Ancestral Spirit. initiation. This one is the crossroads. Summerland. And this one, very pretty card, it's reincarnation. The camera really doesn't do justice to the colors on this. This deck alone could be a travel altar, really. You could have your Wheel of the Year card laid out if you're doing a Sabbath. You've got your Maiden Mother Crone cards, and you also have the Crescent Crown Goddess card. So that could be your representation of the goddess. You got a stag-horned god, and you've got the green man. Those could be your representations for the god. You have the Book of Shadow card, and then there is the Reed, the Law of Three, As Above, So Below, the Eightfold Path, and Word of the Magus. You could put those out on your altar if you were doing something like dedicating your Book of Shadows. If you're going to do something for your home, you have the Hearth card. If you're going to renew your commitment to your partner, you've got the Hand Fasting card. You've got your Broom card, so you could clear away your area, clear away any negative energy by wafting your Broom card around. You have your Key card if you're working on trying to retrieve maybe knowledge that is in your intuition, but you haven't quite reached it yet. You could be unlocking your intuition with the key. You have the Moon and Sun cards for your S-bats and your Sabbats. This one represents an altar completed. You have your Pentacle card that could be placed on the altar in place of a pentacle. Same with the Wand and the Athame and the Chalice. You have your Cakes and Wine card that you could set as a representation of, at this point, I take this into myself as the cakes and wine. If you're doing one of the 3 fall festivals, Lammas, or Lunasa, I've also heard it called. You've got your Mabon, your Halloween, Samhain, harvest. For the grain harvest, which is Lunasa, the fruit harvest, which is Mabon, and the harvest of the flesh, which is Samhain. This is the old ones. It's pillared standing stones with vaguely person-like figures in it. This could be you're trying to reach deep into yourself, your connection to the earth, the bones of the earth. Voice of the Wind could be about your intuition. Familiar Spirit, if you're looking for one, you could use this as a meditation point. You could use this as a representation on a travel altar, of your familiar cauldron. Could be used as a tool. The pentagram with the different colors of each arm of it to represent the different elements. And then you've got your earth, air, fire, and water cards. You could put one of those at each of the quarters. If you're trying to get in doing ancestor work, you've got your ancestor spirits. You got an initiation card if you're working on initiation. You've got the crossroads if you're doing something with lifting the veil, either at Beltane or Samhain, I think. That wouldn't be Beltane, it would be, what, Ostara maybe? Yeah. But there you got that. If you're working with communicating with someone who has recently passed, you've got the Summerlands card. Working on, maybe recalling past lives, you've got the reincarnation card. So really, these could be a travel altar all by themselves. I don't know if you would really consider it an oracle deck per se. I don't have anything that's an actual oracle deck. But this is the closest thing that I have right now. I might in time get oracle decks, but we have a very limited budget. My husband is disabled, so we have a family of 4 living on his disability income. I'm his caretaker. Also, my son has some developmental difficulties and handicaps. He has ADD, which is obviously attention deficit disorder. He has ODD, which is obstinate defiant disorder. He has social anxiety, and he has Tourette spectrum disorder. So I stay home. I help with my husband and my son, and so we are in a very tight budget. When I am going to make a purchase, I usually have to save up for it, and so I have to make sure it's really something that I want. But anyway, those are my tools. Those are some of the ways that I use them. Like I said, everything else is pretty much packed away right now. When we get to our new house, wherever that may be right now, we will get everything unpacked, and then I can show you my altar or some of my tools. But until I see you later, feel free to subscribe or to post a comment. I was told in an email, somebody told me that they were having problems posting a comment. I'm still sort of working on that. I'm not really terribly computer literate. I am just barely in the digital age, as you can tell. And generally speaking, I have to have the teenage kids come down and show me how to do these things. Not making it up, not glossing over it. That's how it is. But at any rate, I will be back in the next few days with hopefully another video. So until then, bye.